Hey guys, welcome to the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel. My name is Tony, and on this channel, we cover the news, facts, and sentiments that are happening in this new asset class that is crypto. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also smash a like button. This is, of course, not financial or investment advice. And I want to remind you guys, I do a lot of interviews with well-known folks within the crypto market and industry, such as Caitlin Long. I just did an interview with the CEO of Lolly, the VeChain general manager in the US, Maddie Greenspan at eToro, and many others. So be sure to check out my interviews playlist. Let's take a look at the market here. Bitcoin currently moving sideways, as well as the entire market, because the market currently follows Bitcoin's lead. We haven't fully decoupled from Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin right now is at $10,453, Ethereum at $221, XRP at 32 cents. So I'm glad that we are back over 10,000 again, and I hope we can work our way back up to 11,000 this weekend, but definitely want to maintain the support level of $10,000. Now, part of what kind of may have held back the upward trend we're seeing is we got some news here that BitMEX is under investigation from the CFTC. Now, BitMEX is a big crypto derivatives exchange that many people use, and it's interesting that they're being investigated now. Now, this goes back to the topic that we've been discussing for a while, that the major players like your Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, backed, parent company, which is the ICE, which is the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange, is the founder of Bakkt, and many other big players are getting in, and they are well connected with regulators and through the existing financial markets. So I gave you guys a hypothetical scenario that they're making phone calls trying to call out Tether and all these exchanges that may be doing a lot of shady stuff, wash trading, fake volumes, and so forth. So the market's going to get cleaned up, and the big players are going to push for that. So as you can imagine, they're not going to let that happen, and they have the money, the power, the connections to do so. So BitMEX here, the news appeared in a brief on Bloomberg terminals soon before press time on Friday. That was soon followed by a report from Bloomberg citing sources who had the regulator is investigating whether the exchange has allowed U.S. traders to use its platforms. The CFTC considers cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin commodities and has jurisdictions over derivatives such as futures based on cryptos. So BitMEX and Bitfinex and many others allow you to do the derivative tradings and futures and so forth. But a lot of that is not allowed in the US because you need the approval from the CFTC and other folks like the SEC. So they may be in trouble here. And what we're going to see, guys, all these platforms are going to have to make sure they abide by KYC, AML rules, the global regulations around that to stop money laundering and so forth. Once again, I'm not against futures. I'm not against these exchanges. But if they're doing anything shady or they're not doing things by the rules, guess what? The governments and all these officials are going to come after them. So let's see what happens here with BitMEX. And they may be in trouble, but we'll have to wait to get more details. Now, we got some positive news coming out of China. And as you know, China, very big on Bitcoin mining. A lot of the mining pools are there. One major is Bitmain, as many of you know. So China ruling Bitcoin as a property again is a major milestone, says an investor. So previously, they had ruled in a case that Bitcoin is property, and it looks like they have done it again. So Bitcoin has gained a legal recognition by a second Chinese court in a further boost for cryptocurrency in one of its harshest environments. According to the investor Dovey Wan, who linked to local media coverage, the Hangzhou Internet Court formally described Bitcoin as a virtual property on July 18th. The second such court to attribute property status to Bitcoin. The ruling came about as part of a dispute between a now defunct exchange and one of its users who lost funds. So long story short, they are viewing it as property, which is great. They are recognizing it, as similar to other commodities. And this is a growing trend around the world. Many governments are now releasing their rules and regulation, recognizing crypto, recognizing the disruptive technology that's taking place. Some are scared of certain types like Libra and so on. But we are moving ahead and crypto is here to stay. So they're not killing it. And China being, one of the the stricter market environments here, it's good to see that they're being lenient towards crypto and recognizing it as property. Now, India, of course, not doing so well because we've been hearing rumors that they're going to ban crypto, which I think is idiotic. And I don't know what's going on there. They haven't officially banned it, but the dialogue around banning it has come up many times. But the Indian minister said no official ban on cryptocurrencies in India yet. So let's see what they're going to do. Once again, long story short, just to give you guys the quick update here, they've been talking about it back and forth, and they need to make their minds up. And of course, a lot of people in India, of course, using crypto, and many are invested in crypto. So I'm sure the government is trying to control that and trying to, use scare tactics and scare people. So let's see what happens. But if they ban it, it would be an idiotic move, and I think they will probably have to revert that eventually because people are going to find a way around it, and neighboring countries are going to benefit from it economically. So they're trying to fight the inevitable here. It's the blockbuster Netflix scenario, right? You either innovate and stay relevant, or you become irrelevant, right? You have to stay up to date with what's happening and how the world's changing. Now, we got some XRP Ripple news here, and quite a bit actually. Shout out to the user Dylan on Twitter, who noticed the following. Moneygram just partnered with SENTBE, which just updated their site to show they partnered with Ripple, which was known before. SENTBE are the money transfer operators for Samsung Pay. So this is a huge partnership here. Obviously, mobile payments is on the rise. Samsung, the largest smartphone maker here. So a big partnership, and Ripple's network continues to grow and expand, and that includes more opportunities for XRP to be leveraged, of course. And moving ahead here, Nick Bougalis, who is one of the software engineers at Ripple, tweeted the following, that Bitrue is now one of the XRP Ledger validators, which is great. Bitrue is a well-known crypto exchange. I personally interviewed the CEO of that exchange on this channel. Be sure to check that out if you haven't seen it. And their website is pretty much run by XRP. They have a lot of base currencies around and pairings around XRP. So another well-known validator set up here. Warren Paul Anderson at Ripple said the following: what if you could build a DeFi, decentralized financial platform, on the XRP Ledger? So it looks like they're having their RipplerHackathon, and usually, companies like Google and so forth do these type of activities, and it sometimes yields some solutions, some great products and things they may not have been doing before. So this would be really cool. Looks like they're working on some interesting things here to continue building on the XRP Ledger, guys. So that would be really cool. Finally, Brad Garlinghouse has been making the media rounds this week, really talking about what his thoughts on Bitcoin, Ripple, XRP, and of course Libra. And he's really just beating the drums here. I think trying to show, hey, guess what? The conversation, the dialogue's happening now about regulation and what we should do about crypto. The president's talking about it, the governments, the Secretary of Treasury. Well, guess what? Ripple's been working with the regulator since day one. And I think it's coming full circle here for Ripple, because there was a period of time where crypto was being ignored by the governments and it weren't moving fast enough. But now it's a really big point in time, a tipping point, where we've hit a certain point where it can't be ignored. We either move forward, right? We can't really go back. We got to move forward, and they got to put regulations in place. And Ripple is a prime example of that it's going to benefit significantly from regulations, because we know many banks want to use XRP, but especially in the United States, but they are afraid to touch it due to regulatory uncertainty. And we know the Token Taxonomy Act sits in Congress right now, and I'm hoping all these meetings and hearings this week will help push the Token Taxonomy Act through Congress and gets passed into law by the president, guys. So the future of crypto is certainly bright. We just got to be patient, go through the roller coaster rides a bit here. But we will continue to hit higher highs and set up higher lows, and it's going to be a roller coaster ride. There's going to be pullbacks, as many of you know. You saw we pulled back from like 13K down to like 9K. Now we're back over 10. So it's all cycles, but you got to be patient and have pullback, zoom out, and have perspective. Don't move by emotions. With the prices, that's how you get wrecked. So guys, what do you think is going to happen to BitMEX here? Are they going to be in big trouble? I think they might be, but they may be able to save some face here and maybe work with the CFTC. And it would be great if they're able to get regulated and operate in the U.S. So, futures trading can be done with more options for people here in the United States. So leave your thoughts and comments below, guys. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.